Imagine being betrayed by someone you trust the most. Scratch that. Your blood brother. We're going to be looking at a story about a princess in Israel called Tamar. Stay with me because this story is about to shock you to the core. Hello my people and welcome to another episode of Shocking Bible Discoveries. Yay! Today we're going to be looking at the story of King David. One of the darkest parts of the chapters of King David amongst many. Now in the house of David, David had many sons. He had Absalom, he had Amnon, and Absalom had a full sister named Tamar, right? A princess. And Amnon was the first son. It was recorded that Amnon fell in love, quotes, with his sister Tamar. He loved her so deeply and greatly that he fell sick in love with Tamar. Now, he had a friend, also his cousin, called Jonadab. And then he was telling Jonadab, look at the feelings I have for my sister Tamar. What do I do about these feelings? And of course now, evil friends. Jonadab advised him, pretend that you're sick. He was already sick in love, so it was easy to pretend it. Now tell your father to send Tamar to come and feed you. And the plan sounded like a good idea to Amnon. So he fell sick and he requested that his dad send Tamar to come feed him. And that was his sister. I'm sure nothing evil was going through her mind. My brother fell sick, so I'm trying to help him get better, right? Now David sends Tamar to come feed him. And he sent his guards away and told Tamar to come into his room. Not suspicious now, that's your brother. But while Tamar came into his room, it was recorded that he started talking to Tamar, trying to talk her into lying with him. And Tamar is like, no, don't do this. I'm your sister, for crying out loud. We can't do this. It's going to bring so much shame to the family. But Amnon, it was also recorded, sick in love, forced himself on Tamar and raped her. Even when Tamar was pleading, okay, even if you're my brother, if you just go to King David and ask for permission, tell him you want to marry me, I'm sure he will marry me off to you. Do not do this disgraceful thing. But no, Amnon raped his sister. Now, it was also recorded that after Amnon had slept with his sister, his love was turned into hatred. It was also recorded that Amnon hated Tamar much more than he loved her. So would you call that love? That was not love, that was obsession, that was lust. But in this our generation, sometimes people do not understand what love actually is. So in the normal eye of human beings, they were seeing Amnon that he loved his sister Tamar. But when you look at the characteristics of that feeling, that wasn't love, that was obsession, that was lust. Because immediately he slept with Tamar, he hated her exceedingly more than he loved her. And of course, now this case was reported to David, and David did nothing about it. So Absalom took his sister. This was Absalom's full sister, Tamar, and Amnon's half sister. So Absalom took her in, nursed her, told her, "Don't worry, I'll make sure I get revenge on your behalf." If you notice how Absalom fell, this was the beginning of it. So he started nursing hatred, bitterness for his dad for doing nothing, for Amnon for raping his sister, and it led to the sins that followed. Now, what's the moral of this story? Never confuse desire with love. That someone tells you, oh, I feel deeply for you. You know, I just want you. That's how you will show me that you love me. Do not ever think that desire is love. They look alike, but they are not the same thing. And also, love is not selfish. There are characteristics of love. There's how love looks like. Love is not self-centered. Love is not selfish. 1 Corinthians 13 shows us the characteristics of love. Love does not seek its own gain to the expense of the other person, to the disadvantage of the other person. That's not love. Love would always seek the other's benefit before itself. Love would always put that person, your neighbor, your partner, above your own self in the place of needs and wants and all of that. So if you want to know the characteristics of love, go and read 1 Corinthians 13. That would show you what love really looks like. What are the colors of love? What Amnon had for his sister was not love. That was lust. That was obsession. And trust me, it looks like love, but it is not love. Thank you for staying up until this point. I'm sure you got something or you learned something, so let's chat in the comment sections. Catch me on the next episode on Friday next week by 5 p.m. Like, share, and subscribe as well. Bye.